Hey YouTube, I'm Ross Whites, this is Whites Games, and this is Andrew Tate's most controversial clips that we're going to be reacting to. Now, there's a little bit of a story behind this particular video and why I wanted to do this video. Or let me skip it back so it starts at the start. But yeah, basically, so my daughter watches Daz Games a lot, right? And Daz Games did a video on Andrew Tate, and basically she reckons that he got Andrew Tate banned, right? And I have seen some of Andrew Tate's clips, and the clips that I've seen of him is he comes across a little bit harsh in his words, but some of the stuff he says is very true. Whether you like that or not, right? But I've not seen all his videos, bear this in mind. So I basically said to my daughter, she goes, "Oh, I hate him, I hate him." So I said, "What, you know, why do you hate him?" Because what I've seen of him, what he says is true. Some of the stuff he says is a little bit controversial, but it's true. And she went off on one. She didn't speak to me for literally most of the rest of the day. Anyway, she came round, she started speaking to me, and I basically said to her, look, I didn't say that I like the bloke, I just said some of the things that he says come across as very true, but obviously I can understand why some of the things he says are controversial. Now, I've not seen all of his clips, but I do know one thing, why I wanted to do this video is basically the fact that my daughter's very social media active, so to speak. So she sees all these videos, and I know for a fact that on social media you only get to see snippets of what things actually are. So for me, I know there's more to the story than just a 30-second clip. I know someone can clip something of what someone says and take it completely out of context and make it seem like it's worse than what it actually is. Now, I did say to her, look, I'd investigate it, I'd watch some of his videos, and I thought, what better way than do a YouTube video on the actual subject. And basically, if you have kids and they're social media active, you'll know that they soak it up like a sponge and they do take things to heart. And I tried to explain to my daughter the fact that, and I know I'm waffling on a bit, but if you've got daughters or kids with this sort of issue, you'll know. Instead of standing there and having a conversation with me, and I tried to explain to my daughter that we can have disagreements. I can have my opinions. You can have your opinions. But you can't, just because you don't like my opinion, then go off on one and just not talk to me for the rest of the day. You've got to be able to... We've got to be able to sort of interact and talk about the issues without each other getting offended, because everyone in the world will have their own opinion. And with this new generation, it seems like if your opinion doesn't match theirs, that's it. You're either a bigot or a racist, or you're this, you're that, you're a misogynist, whatever it is, without actually taking the whole picture. They just take the little snippets and they get upset. But it comes from a social media standpoint. But enough of me waffling on. If you like this video, it's completely different to what I normally do. But if you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button, guys. Hit that like button. Make sure you comment down below. Get involved in the chats. Let me know what you think. Or if you might be struggling with, you know, kids with the same issue. I get completely where you're coming from. But yeah. Without further ado, let's get into this video and let's see what this video is all about. Now, it's Andrew Tate's most controversial clips, so we'll see what I think about the videos. Now, if I do say something that you don't like, let's have a discussion in the chats, but please don't just go off on one like I'm trying to stick up for him, or, you know, I'm hating on him if you like him and all these things. I'm coming in with a clear mind. I promised my daughter I'd watch some of these videos, so that's exactly what I'm going to do on this YouTube video. So let's get into it. Let's see what he's got to say.
We change that. You will only even acknowledge he exists if he's ignored how he feels 99% of the time before that. Because if he was sad most of the time before that, he never would have got to a place where he could attract a woman like you. The man who works in Starbucks, who's sad all the time, you won't reply to him. Neither will any other female. So for women to come along and pretend they give a about the fact that most men are basically invisible. There is not a female on the planet who's invisible today. You can be a 4, overweight, fat, you'll still go to the club and get attention. 99% of the men go to the club and nobody even fucking talks to them. If they try and talk to a girl, they get blanked and ignored and told to Most men are absolutely and utterly invisible. This is the truth about masculinity, right? It's very easy for women to sit here and complain about the top 2% of men because I've dealt with this guy, he's arrogant, blah, 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 blah. Most men don't even fucking exist. They send 10,000 DMs.
Now, this is the part of him that I was saying some of the things he says is very true. Now, I get what he's saying because the top 2% of men on this planet are all the rich, the famous, the successful, all the people like that. The other 98% are all people like he's just described. They're working in hard jobs. They're literally earning money just to pay the bills and survive. Now, they're never going to attract a woman. Like he's probably sat there with a woman that she probably thinks, I mean, I don't know this, I'm just guessing. This is sort of a discussion between them both, but I'm guessing she's a very ambitious. She's probably a very ambitious woman that wants a very ambitious man. That's a very small percentage of men. What he's on about here is the fact that a woman is a woman, but a woman. So he's probably on about like attraction now, or if you talk to a bloke, a bloke is going to go after any woman. At the end of the day, there's always going to be a man for a woman. There's never always going to be a woman for a man, if you get what I'm saying. So a woman, he's basically saying a woman's always going to get attention no matter what size, colour, ambitious, job. If she's not got a job, just all of that shit, it's going to be the same. Like, she's always going to get attention. But a man, if I went, so for instance, I think what he's trying to say is that if I went to a club, right, and I worked at Starbucks and I was on, £6 an hour, and I went and spoke to a girl, I mean, I'm not an ugly bloke, but if I went and spoke to her and she had a better job than me, and I work at Starbucks, and it's a woman like he sat with. I think that's what he's trying to say. She's got, she's like a manager somewhere high up, earning loads of money, and I'm here on a lower tier job, and I'm speaking to her. I'm not unattractive, yet she knows instantly I work at Starbucks. Do you think she's going to go for me? I don't think she will. Whereas the other way round, call it what you will, a bloke would probably go for the woman, because the way Andrew Tate sees it, it's in a man's nature to naturally look after a woman. It's just bred into us. That's just how it is. And I think that's what, I mean, I could be wrong. I'm just going off what I think. Now, this is my opinion. It's nothing to do with him or anybody, but that's my opinion. That's what I think he's going off on. And I've just gone off on a complete tangent, and I'll probably have to clip most of that out, but we'll see. Let's carry on.
DMs and never even get read, let alone replied to. So if you just sit here and say, I'll get a G, a big G, a boss, a millionaire, and let him have a day off, very nice of you. I'm sure you would. Yeah. But if a guy who wanted to have days off all the time, he never would have got important enough in the first place to attract a woman like you. And that is the reality. As a man, it's player versus player. It's ultimately competitive. And as a man, you have to outcompete the other men who are prepared to get up and do it anyway. That's how it works. There's no such thing as saying, I'm sad, I need 2 weeks off. Not as a man if you want to be important.
I mean, if 12 tigers attack me and I manage to defeat 11 in unarmed combat with my Aikido and the last tiger gets my neck, that's a fine way for Tate to die.
You cheated, you cheated. It's bang out the machete, boom in her face, and then grip her up by the neck. Like, shut up, bitch! Why?
Right, so that is very controversial. What he has just said there, you can see why some women do not like him. And that's where I think he falls down. Like,
Fine way
just
for
listen
Tate
to
to
what he
die.
says.
You cheater, you cheating. It's bang out the machete, boom in her face, and then grip her up by the neck. Like, shut up, bitch!
You can see why people don't like him if he's saying shit like that. If he's saying, see the first video, I know what he's trying to say, although he comes off a bit harsh and in your face. He could, like, if he was to explain that in a better, more sort of articulate way, it would probably hit a lot harder. For some people like me, I understand because I don't mind the way of speaking, but you get what I'm trying to say. If he was a bit more articulate and better with his words and better how he comes across, that first video probably would not piss so many people off. If that makes sense. But that video just there ain't very good. You shouldn't be doing that sort of shit, and you shouldn't be doing that sort of shit to women, no matter what Andrew Tate says.
Why would you suck dick for free?
Because I love doing it. What the fuck? I don't like, what the fuck? I love sucking dick. Why would
Yeah, but you have no future with these men, so why not at least get paid for it, right?
I am getting paid for it on fucking OnlyFans. I don't need them to pay me. I make way more than they could ever give me.
They get paid twice.
I just want to watch that
Stop,
video.
bitch! Why would
Not
you
that
suck dick for free? Because I love doing it. What the fuck? I don't like, what the fuck? I love sucking dick. Why would
Yeah, but you have no future with these men, so why?
Right, so this is like an OnlyFans discussion. So she's obviously on OnlyFans, sucking blokes' genitalia and doing God knows what, and being recorded doing it. Obviously getting money because people subscribe and they pay to see her do what she does. But look at the way she's speaking. You know, just flip that coin around the other way. I mean, it's not very good how he's speaking, but just flip that coin around the other way. And if it was a bloke stood there and he was saying, well, why'd you lick minge for free? Oh, because I love doing it. And I get, I love fucking licking minge, and I love fucking... We'd be having a completely total different discussion about the woman sat there. But the woman sat there, we probably don't even know who the fuck she is. But we know who Andrew Tate is. Yet she can speak like that. But if a man was to sit there and speak like... This is what I mean. There's always another side to a coin. That's what pisses me off.
Why not at least get paid for it, right?
I am getting paid for it on fucking OnlyFans. I don't need them to pay me. I make way more than they could ever give me.
They get paid twice.
So he's basically just saying, then get the bloke to pay you for being in your video, and also get paid by OnlyFans because people are subscribing to see said video. So he's not called her anything. She's basically just called herself a slag, and he's just saying, yeah, but you're not making sense because, yeah, you like doing it, but do it and get paid twice. Get the bloke to pay you to be in your video, and then get paid by OnlyFans for your subscriptions. It's a no-brainer what he said there. Really? That video, this is what I mean. That video, I don't get why he's got so much clap off that video. It doesn't make sense.
Don't believe in depression. Don't message me about depression because I don't believe in it. If you're asleep in your bed in the middle of the night and you hear a noise and you believe in ghosts, now you're afraid. But if you don't believe in ghosts, it's the wind and you go back to sleep. You give the ghosts power by believing in them. Your house is only haunted if you believe in ghosts. Belief is a powerful thing. If I were to stand in front of you and I were to tell you that I could punch you as hard as I can in your sternum and I could fracture it and send a splinter into your heart, would you allow me to try? You wouldn't, because you know I believe I can. I believe I can hurt any man on the planet, and that's why people are afraid of me. And you believe depression is a crippling disease, and that's why you're afraid of it.
What would you do if...
See, that, what he was saying there is that's his opinion. That was his opinion. But again, it's like a 15-second clip. So in the grand scheme of things, we didn't see the rest of the clip. That's why it sounded controversial, just that little 15 seconds of clip. But I know people that I've suffered with depression myself. It's not an easy thing to get. You can snap out of it if your mind is strong enough, but certain things can cause depression. There's a lot of things that can cause depression. Hating your job, it can cause depression. So I've done it a number of times now. I changed my job. Now I'm in a better job. My life's a lot better. And my mind's a lot better. You just have to snap out of it. You need to snap yourself out of it. And sometimes, I get what he's saying. Sometimes it's only in your mind. You need to snap out of it. 1,000,001 people can come off the street and say it's this, that, and the other and try and help you. But in your mind, you need to be strong enough to snap out of it. But it's just the way he comes across and the things he says. It's a little bit harsh. It's that woman again.
I wanted to start an OnlyFans.
I don't think there's anything intrinsically wrong with women doing OnlyFans, as long as I had influence and control over it.
What do you mean? Doing a video photographer and get the angles, yeah?
No. I'm not doing any real work, but just like taking all the money. Huh? If my chick said I want to do OnlyFans, I'm like, all right, then cool, go do it. How much you made? 10 grand, all right, give me 8. All right, cool.
Why would, what woman is going to give you 8 grand?
You're my woman, you're doing OnlyFans, you're selling my product. What the fuck?
Your product?
Yes,
The
correct.
woman is not
Next
your
question.
possession. No.
You see, that's a bit controversial. Do you know what I mean? Because depending on how much the man makes or the woman makes, this video is going to be a lot longer than I originally thought it was going to be, because there's so much to discuss. So depending, I mean, he's a rich bloke. We all know he's quite rich. So why the fuck would he need to take? If she earned 10 grand off OnlyFans and she's his, then surely you're sharing the money anyway. But because he earns so much more money than what said woman would be, he don't really need to take any fucking money off her, does he? If he's alright with her doing it in the first fucking place, then there's no need to take any money off her at all. So yeah, that clip's a little bit controversial. I can see, I can see the flip side of the coin now. There's a good Andrew Tate, and there's obviously a dickhead Andrew Tate, which is obviously this one I'm watching.
Gee, I don't know if you're being serious.
I'm totally serious. How would I let my chick do OnlyFans and keep all the money? That's disrespectful.
What woman is ever going to give you that?
Then she better not do OnlyFans. Duh.
Imagine one day you're sitting in Paris and having a fucking coffee, and terrorists roll through with AKs, and the person next to you has their brains blown out. You're gonna stand there and be like, waiting to die like a motherfucker. I'm gonna be like, bang, oh, seen that before. Okay, boom, boom, duck and dive in, take one terrorist out, next get the AK, go Rambo, take out all of fucking Pakistan with the Jeep.
I don't think the world has ever been equal.
Yeah. That's not going to happen, is it? He ain't going to fucking do that. I mean, I know he's an English American. He's probably seen guns, yeah, but I highly doubt he's been in a controversial situation like fucking terrorists running in with fucking AKs and the bloke next to him gets his fucking brains blown out. I highly doubt he's going to fucking go all Rambo. That's something you say to all your mates to try and look hard, innit? Oh, what do you do if terrorists roll? I don't give a fuck. I'll grab the gun. I'll do anything. I'm going to die anyway, so I may as well. But you don't, do you? In that moment, you just freeze. It's just human nature. It's just what you do.
That the modern society we live in has been built by men. Let's cut the crap. All the roads you see, all the buildings you see, everything around you, men built. All of it.
Which is true. What he's saying now. Which is true. But he comes off a bit angry and harsh.
Women come along and say, oh, we're just as important. You are just as important, but you had a completely different role. You fulfilled a different role in society. And I think now, if you look at the roles of society, I believe men are still doing their job, but I don't know if women are doing their job. Men are still out here building the modern world. But when they come home now, the girl's like, oh, why should I cook for you?
Would you be with me if I'd slept with over 50 men?
You see, there are some men like that who think the woman should still be cooking and cleaning. But I'm in a relationship, and all relationships of the past has always been, barring some, has always been worse, especially the one I'm in now. It's a two-way street, you know. We pay half the bills together, we pay half of everything together, more or less. She helps me out with things, I help her out with things, but the housework, we both dig in and do it together. The cooking, I mostly do the cooking, mainly because she probably hate me for saying this on the video, but she can't cook that very well. She's got specific things that she can cook, but which are really nice, you know, because she's Romanian. But yeah, most of the cooking I do myself, to be honest with you. So that is in itself bollocks. But at the start of the video, when it was like, man built this world, well, yeah, they did, but that's only because back then we lived in a society where it was man that used to do everything, you know. Now it's more like girls are being more empowered, but at the same time, they still don't want to be doing the jobs that typically man does, i.e., you know, all the heavy lifting, and they just want the best bits of the man's world, not the shit bits. If you get what I'm saying.
I'm a high value woman, right?
How can you be high value if 50 men have helped you?
If I've just been single for a long time.
No, unacceptable.
Why is it unacceptable?
Somewhere on this planet, there is someone who is your age, may look a bit like you, who was just given some bad fucking news. Either they were just given a cancer diagnosis and given 2 weeks to live, or the police just knocked on the door and said, your family's dead. Yeah, a cement truck ran them all over. They're splattered all over the road. My family? Yeah, all of them. I guarantee a bomb in Syria or a chemical attack in Yemen. There's someone your age who's just got given some bad fucking news. And if you were to sit there and explain to them your problems, they would swap lives with you in a heartbeat.
It's just another true thing he said. Innit? When you think about it, they would. Somewhere on the planet, even right now, there's someone my age being told some horrible, horrible fucking news, right? And I could be sat here with depression, but I've got a house over my head. I've still got my family, but I'm sat here with depression and I'm trying to tell them all my problems. And yeah, they would switch with you in a heartbeat. I've had some bad news in my time. And I'd switch with anyone with depression. I'd switch anyone with other problems in their life in an instant. There have been times. Yeah.
And this is what most of you motherfuckers don't understand. You're not grateful for what you have because you don't understand and don't...
Look, but there's no need to swear. This is what I'm saying about him. Like, he comes across a little bit antagonising and a little bit raw, you know. If he was a bit more calmer and articulate, I think his points would get across a lot more. But this is why it's so big, because he's controversial.
Don't anticipate that there's someone out there who would do anything to have what you have. I'm not even talking about me with my Lambo and my beautiful women and all my shit. I'm talking about just a normal, safe life where you can watch Tate speech YouTube videos and no one's going to bomb your house. There are people who would do anything to trade with you. And if you were to sit there and try and explain to them all your problems, yeah, but you don't want to, I'm depressed and I have no girlfriend and it's hard to make money and my life's hard, and you were to tell them all your stupid reasons that you don't like your life, they'd sit there and listen to them all and go, okay, yeah, no problem, let's swap. And they'd sign on the dotted line.
Some child is outside enjoying their life, playing with toys and smiling in the sunshine and having fun. I hate happiness. I hate happy children. Anyway, you're all losers. We've discussed this before. I'm the king.
Yeah, but see, is this just a joke video, though? Do you know what I mean? You can't possibly just hate children and hate happy children. You can't. It's got to be a piss take.
Of the world.
No. You don't.
But this is what I mean. Again, you could see that video was jumping, and it's a TikTok video. So someone's cropped the shit out of that video and made it look probably worse than what it actually was. you know? So you need the whole video as a context. You can look at something, like, I could probably put this can up there. Look. Oh, it's just a can of Diet Coke. No, it's not. It's a can of beer. You got to look at the whole picture. Don't know where that perspective came from.
I don't know what kind of bitch-ass dude is letting his chicks go to the club with her friends without him. No. You stay in the house. You don't go nowhere. You're not, no restaurants, no clubs, nothing.
Because life for a man is hard.
Now, again, video that's got out of context because they've just took snippets like he fucking hates his woman doing anything. But I think I've seen that video, and he's basically trying to say, if your woman is dedicated to you and she loves you, there's no reason for her to go out clubbing with all her mates. There's something you do when you're single. Is it not? I used to go out clubbing all the time, but I was single. Never used to do it when I was with someone. But I've had girlfriends that always go out. And have done the dirty on me. Lots of girls that have done the dirty on me.
Harder than life for a woman. Most men live depressing lives. For most men out here, they can't even feel wanted. Their wife left them. They're invisible to women. Their kids don't talk to them. They're just not wanted. Society has huge burdens on men. We're supposed to be smart. We're supposed to be rich. Supposed to be interesting. Gotta have jokes. Gotta have chat lines. Right? Gotta be charming. Gotta be cool. Experiences. Stories. We need to have a lot of shit to be an important man. To be a woman, you need makeup.
I got a message on Instagram.
I'm not even going to comment.
Instagram, and it was from a young 17-year-old, and he said, "I'll do anything. I want to be mafia like you. Can we work together?" And I sat there and I said to Tristan, "Why does everyone think we're mafia? We're not mafia. Like, we don't run around with machine guns. I mean, obviously we have guns. Our house is full of machetes. Are we mafia? Anyway, I don't think I'm mafia." So I said to Tristan, "Look, we're not mafia."
No, you see, some of this stuff's got to be taken with a pinch of salt, surely. Because there's no way in hell he's sitting in a house with fucking all guns and machetes and stuff. But you can see it in his face. You can see the smirk he's got. He doesn't fucking mean it, does he? And this is what I'm saying about... I don't know. Either this generation can't see when people are taking the piss, or they just get uptight about every single fucking thing. I don't know.
Tristan goes, "Yes, we are." And I said, "Why?" He goes, "We're two huge fighting brothers with women naked on the internet who own casinos, who drive around Bucharest, Romania in over $2 million worth of fucking supercars. Everyone's afraid of us. And if anyone did piss us off at any point, even if we didn't want to fuck them up ourselves, we can make one phone call and they'd either be in a ditch or lose their any right to stay here. They'd have some visa issue and kicked out the country, or arrested for no reason and put in a jail cell for months at a time. We are basically as mafia as you can get." So I guess I'm mafia. I didn't mean to be. So I was sitting there going, well, I never intended on being an organized criminal. How do you end up being mafia? And I've concluded that if you are competent in every single sphere, you're going to be viewed as mafia. If you're a big, strong, smart, rich guy who's super well connected, how can you not be mafia? How can you not be when everyone wants to know you? Who doesn't want to know the kickboxing world champion who walks into the club with 20 big booty cuties? Everyone wants to know me. The mafia want to know me.
In this video.
So I don't need to be mafia if all my friends are mafia.
You can see why. See, this is what I mean. Why do a video like this? It's purely to get everyone watching. Oh, do you see what Andrew Tate said? See what Andrew Tate said? See what Andrew Tate said? All you lot watching his shit like this have made him rich. Do you know what I mean? I like some of the videos he's done, but if he'd have just stuck to that, he probably wouldn't have had as many hits. He'd still be rich, but he'd be hell of a lot more liked. And you can see why people don't like him.
Mafia.
And also the idea of the first member of color in this family.
we all knew it was coming, is to get out of jail free card of the modern world. Meghan, you're lighter than me. Look at her face. She's white. She's basically white. Meghan, no one looks at you and thinks black girl. Nobody.
I don't even want to comment on this video because I hate this whole obviously I'm English, so if there's any Americans watching it, this whole Meghan and Harry shit pisses me off. Pisses me off. Don't want to be part of the royal family, yet they still want to take thousands out of us UK citizens paying our taxes so they can get their own personal bodyguards and things. Don't want to be part of the media, but yet they sign multi-million-dollar deals to make them part of the media. Always in the fucking... Don't get me started. I might do a separate fucking video just on them two because they fucking piss me off. He's blood boiling.
Don't try the black person card. If you're black and you're watching this, you should be very offended that this light-skinned woman is going to try and play the black card. I was victimized because I am a Negro. Look at your straight hair. If you're so black, season me some chicken, bitch. And when it comes back tasteless, bland, then we will know. We'll know conclusively. You ain't black. Stop saying it.
Look, he don't need to say the bitch word though, does he? Really? But he's probably just as pissed off as what I was just then. You know what I mean? But I would never say them words.
You're a liar, and now she's adding race. Because what happened is Oprah was starting to dig a bit. And Meghan saw herself getting cornered in her lie. So when you get cornered, you bring out the big guns. Shit, shit, shit. Race! Pow, race, race!
Yeah,
look
exactly
at my
what
skin.
She did as well in that
look
interview.
at my pigment. I'm a tiny bit brown.
To be fair.
Shut up.
Well, that was some of Andrew Tate's most controversial clips. I've got a feeling there's a lot more. In fact, I have got more in my save for what my watch later clips. So we might give them a watch the next time if this video gets me a load of views. Well, not gets me a load of views, but if you guys like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit that like button, and also comment down below, get involved in the chats, and let's have a bit of a discussion about this video. See what you think about this bloke, if you like him, if you hate him, or if you feel like me where some of the stuff he says is controversial, but then other stuff he says in videos is just fact and true. You know, he could come across a little bit more articulate and a bit calmer, but most of the stuff, not most of the stuff, but some of the stuff he says is true. It's just where he's, you know, he goes over the line a little bit, doesn't he, in some of them videos. And some of them videos I haven't seen as well. So apologies to my daughter if she watches this. But yeah, I can see where she's coming from. But also, she needs to look on the other flip side of the coin. And yeah, I think he said most of that stuff just for views. But anyway, I digress again. So don't forget, subscribe, like the video, comment down below, and I'll see you on the next one, guys.